Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the MMI Turret Marine Chronograph, and this watch is currently live on Kickstarter. I have not spent much time with this watch, actually just received it today. Rob was in the area and was kind enough to drop it off, so this is kind of first impressions, but I have had it on wrist for a couple hours now. It wears very comfortably on wrist. Before we get into the watch, let's take a quick look at the packaging. It comes with this, it's called a microfiber leather watch roll. I'm not quite sure how that works, but that is what it's called. It doesn't feel like leather, so maybe that's why it's called microfiber. But anyway, it comes with this. It has a warranty card. And I never actually knew what MMI stood for, so here we go. Modernization, Modification, Innovation, MMI watches. This isn't signed or anything. I think this is a sample watch or maybe a pre-production sample. And trying to get this out of the way here quickly. And it came in this cardboard box here with a outer cardboard sleeve as well. So nice packaging. And also nice it comes with the warranty card. So let's zoom back in and take a closer look at the watch. Now I did remove all the links and size this for my 6.5-inch wrist, and I took it down 1 micro adjust. It does have 5 micro adjust here. So for my 6.5-inch wrist, I removed all the links. So if your wrist is maybe 6.25, it might fit, but you're going to run out of bracelet basically, or the opposite of running out. You're not going to be able to take out enough links. And here are the links here, each link, and they're held in with screw pins. These are the type where the entire pin is well, you can see here the thick shaft. The head is the same size as the shaft here, and then the portion down here is threaded, which works just fine. I don't think you're going to break a head off with these pins. All right, so this color here is the Nimitz Gray, which is limited to, 28 pieces. And this limited edition is $321. And there are, as of time of recording, there are 14 of these left. But the non-limited models are white and black. And you can currently get those for, let's see here, about $300 US early bird price. And then the next level is $321 for 70 pieces with the black and the white. And now if they reach their stretch goal, then they will be offering red and yellow, and also some different straps. I'll leave a link in the description to the Kickstarter campaign. I would recommend you go checking it out. Even if you're not interested in the watch, there's a lot of cool information on there about different watches, and a lot of neat specs and pictures on there. It's a very detailed Kickstarter campaign, probably one of the most detailed I've ever seen. So this watch is, for the most part, brushed. It does have a little polish on the chamfered edge there. It does wear pretty well on my 6.5-inch wrist. I would say due to these female end links, which I really do appreciate. It's a little bit thicker of a watch, and actually I didn't write down any of the dimensions, so I'll check them on the screen here with you. One thing I did kind of throw me off is these pushers look like they would be the screw out kind to prevent you from pushing in the chronograph, but it doesn't appear to be that. It just looks to be for styling here. Anyway, let me activate this while I'm sitting here talking. I really do like this colorway, the orange and the gray. It's a great combination. Also with the white indices, and then the whitish gray actually kind of loom on that handset there. Handset. I do like these, I guess they'd be rounded square subdials. Kind of reminds me of an old 1970s TV or something like that. But top subdial will be your 60-minute counter. the bottom subdial is your running second, and then the chronograph second, of course, is in the middle here, which is now activated. So when I push this top button here to start it, and then the left subdial here will be for hours. So if you want to time something for up to 12 hours, this will be the watch to do it. All right, so this top subdial will move over here. Looks like it already moved a little bit, so it doesn't snap over right at hitting the 12 o'clock indice. So you may have noticed the numbers around the perimeter of the dial here, 1 through 31, which of course is for 31 days of the month. And you'll see right here at 5 o'clock, there is a, well, it's cut out like a sandwich dial, and there's a highlighted portion there, which is telling you that, well, today is not the 5th, but if it was, it would be indicated right there. What is it anyway? It's the 12th of January. 12th of December. Sorry, I'm just getting over an illness and kind of catching back up with things. But you can see here on the Reha, it has a tachymeter scale. And highlighted with orange. Also, right there on the right by the 3 o'clock, you have MMI turret. Let me move this handset. It is a screw down crown. It's good for 100 meters of water resistance. It has a Seiko VK. Let's see here. I think it says it on the back. I think it's the Seiko VK67 movement. Let me move this handset back to, you know, let's go around. Let's see if I'm in AM or PM. All right, let me quickly advance this and I'll show you guys how that date indicator rolls over. All right, here we go. All right, so you can see that moving there through the cutout. There we go, snapped right over, so very cool. All right, so yeah, so MMI hybrid chronograph, MMI turret hybrid chronograph. The bezel, it is a unidirectional rotating bezel, and it is a stainless steel bezel insert, and it says it's DLC/ion plated, and that reminded me of previous MMI watch that I had, and also had a ion plated bezel insert. So I'm not sure if it's one or the other, depending on the colorway, or what they mean exactly by DLC/ion plated. So there we go. Let me screw the crown back in. So this is a signed crown. Just, let me stop the second hand, and then we'll reset it. And you'll see it snap back, mechanical-like fashion. And it sweeps in a mechanical manner as well. I believe it's 4 beats per second. Not quite as smooth as a Swiss ETA movement, but 4 beats is pretty good. All right, so I'll stop it and reset it again. We'll look at the case back like I mentioned. So before we get there, it is a solid bracelet, solid end links, and these are quick release pins on here. And the clasp is a milled clasp. A little bit of problem opening this. There we go. Just has a stiff detent. It's a new watch, hasn't really been worn much. So this portion here is milled, and this part is stamped, and so is the safety clasp, but that's pretty normal stuff. Yeah, so I think I said Seiko VK67, maybe I said 76, but it is a Seiko VK67 movement. Again, 100 meter water resistant. Sapphire crystal, has a double dome sapphire crystal, which I'll show you again in a moment. 316L stainless steel. And these watches are limited to 250 pieces, of which 238 of them are available in Kickstarter, and 12 of them are available at their authorized dealer. This company is based in Singapore, so I'm assuming the authorized dealer is also in Singapore. I could be wrong, though. But like I said, I'll leave the Kickstarter campaign in the description. Go check it out. A lot of cool information there and good pictures. Oh yeah, so the crystal, double dome sapphire crystal. A little bit distortion. It has a little bit more dome than I would necessarily prefer on a watch, but that's just a personal preference. It does look cool. It just kind of captures a lot of the surrounding area when you try and take pictures of it or look at it. You can see my head there. It's just a little bit distracting, but it looks cool though. So it's totally up to your preference. And there is that loomed signed crown. All right, so it says it has an egg texture sandwich dial, and it's a sandwich dial again because of the date cutout, and then also the sub dials are kind of subset below the surface of the dial here. It's kind of the inner dial is above the day track around the outside. I think it's called the rotary date or roto date. I don't know, maybe if the sub dials were orange and then the hands were gray, maybe it'd look a little bit, I don't know. It looks good the way it is too. Also, there's some polishing on the inside of the lugs here. So, very cool looking watch. And it does have X1C3 lume, which we'll look at here in a moment. All right, I think I covered everything that I want to cover on this watch, except for the dimensions. So let's zoom out a bit and we'll take a look at those together right now. I believe the case is 40 millimeter, and then lug to lug I think is 46. Yep, 46.1 lug to lug, and the end length doesn't stick out any farther than the case, so that's the true lug to lug. And thickness on this with that domed crystal getting about 14.4 on the thickness. Crown is pretty big as well, 6.8, so a perfect size for a crown. It's not quite centered in the case, but that's due to that movement. Maybe just the way the case is designed. Not a big deal, just things that I notice. So looking at 22 millimeter for the lug width, and then it tapers down to, I would say, 20. Yep, tapers down to 20. I would like to see 22 down to 18, but this, again, personal preference. I think the clasp is a little bit wider than that. Yeah, looking at about 21.5 for the width of that clasp. So let me get it on a wrist, and then we can take a look at the lume. All right, so here it is on my 6.5 inch wrist with the 52 millimeter wristband. And like I said, I did have to remove all the links. But the watch head itself looks fine on my wrist. I think it's a good size for 6.5 inch wrist. Maybe even a little bit smaller. It is a little thicker, but it is a chronograph, 100 meter water resistant. A bit of a slab-sided case, so it does look the part of the thickness that I measured. All right, let me zoom out for a little bit different perspective. If you don't get too much stuff in the background. So let me know what you guys think of this watch. Actually, I have another, I think today or tomorrow I have another one coming in, so I might get that one unboxed real quick, and just for the heck of it, we'll compare this to that other MMI watch that I have coming in. Not really planned, but that's part of another Random Rob watch tour, actually. All right, let me pause the video. Actually, before we get there, I'll compare it real quick to my SKX. Sorry about the length of the video. a little carried away, I guess. So, oh, here. So yeah, looking at it just by itself, it looks like a bigger watch, but it's actually not really that big of a watch comparing it to my SKX here, which is a 42 millimeter diameter, and I think it's 46, 47 lug to lug. So very similar lug to lug on both of these watches. I will zoom in and then take a look at the lume. Hoping it'll be a very good lume. I'm expecting it will be. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell, like the video, and leave a comment below. All right, we'll be right back with the lume. All right, so X1 C3 lume is nothing to laugh at. It's no joke. It's definitely brighter than the Seiko LumiBrite. The only negative is that the indices are pretty small, so not as much lume surface area, but still plenty bright. Also, you'll see that the day indicator is also lumed, which is unexpected, but it's still cool to see on here. Be a great watch to wear to a bar or someplace with black light. So yeah, that will conclude today's video. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time, and I'll catch you on the next one.